Without Michelle Pena, we would not have a Republican House legislature. So God bless Michelle Pena. Let's keep her. We need to do everything to make sure that we help her win and make sure we don't have strategies that distract from that. I'll come back to that. Where was I? Oh, there was one moment where I came to, and Sergio, keep me on time, brother. I don't want to go over, because if I start rambling. Okay, thank you. So, there was one day, Michael, you'll appreciate this, Mr. Majority Leader. I was driving down, I was tired. I just needed somewhere to change, sit down, have a glass of water, and Sally and Carl opened up their home, and I got to see their beautiful home. I got to change so I wouldn't look like I was homeless. And so, like I said, always I have a special place in my heart. Connie, God bless you. You know how much I love you. Connie as well. She's been a fighter. Don't make Connie mad. I learned that. Connie, I don't. She has me on speed dial, and Connie will tell me if I'm doing something wrong. Am I doing something wrong right now, Connie? No. Okay. Norma, it's good to see you. It really is. I'll never forget the work you've done, everything that you continue, to fight. Thank you. Again, I have so much love for everybody here, and I'll stop. You all know how much you mean to me. Thank you. Madam Chair, Teresa, thank you for the invitation, having me as well. Malba, you reached out to me back in February or March, and we finally made it happen. It's been a little crazy, but thank you. Okay, so I had to do that because I love you guys. I want to talk a little bit about the challenges we have right now, what's happening in the House, why it's so important. To start, and everybody got a copy of the report. When we started off at the beginning, last November, we hit the ground running, and we know Arizona, there are things that matter to us, that we have to handle, that we have to take care of. So we got together with the representatives, and we put out a majority plan. And it's very simple. I know that the majority leader has already shared the actual majority plan in previous times with you. So we put the plan together, and you remember the three pillars, right? By now you remember the three pillars. Number one, preserving the American dream. Number two, promoting public safety. Number three, protecting individual rights and liberties. Why is that so important to us? And why did we want to make sure we showed you how we're delivering? Why? Because number one, economic environment matters in Arizona. Like water, preserving water is preserving the American dream. Preserving our agricultural interests is preserving the American dream. The economy is, without Yuma, Arizona would be it would be so different. The winter lettuce capital of the world, not to mention the Western Hemisphere and the world, what Yuma produces for our country. And so we set out to make sure we have an environment where every Arizonan has the opportunity to prosper. You remember the stories I've always told you. My dad used to tell me, Steve, it is impossible to go hungry in this country. This is the greatest country on earth, and we have to preserve it. And so we set out that first pillar, preserving the American dream, and it matters. When it came time to stand up for the budget, we stood up to make sure that the things that matter, Yuma matters, they were in that part of this budget. Did I miss Russ Clark? Where are you? Are you still here? That's why I missed you. I didn't see you here. I saw Russ Clark earlier today. He's on his radio show always. All right, he must have stepped out for a second. God bless you, Russ Clark, as well. But when it comes to our economic environment, we need to make sure that we keep Arizona free. We can't, somebody, I think, was thinking of introducing that bill to build a wall on the Arizona-California border, because it's that important. What they're doing in California, oil companies are leaving and getting ready to leave California. Just had some conversations, I can't divulge quite yet, but powerful, even oil companies, they're saying, that's it, we're done with California. In New York, a socialist was just elected mayor. Communist was just elected mayor of that city. So we need to hold that ground. And that's why we laid that foundation on our economic interests, sound economy. Public safety. We're a border state. And I know the majority leader has shared this with you, but From the moment you leave your front door to the moment you go to the border, we should have safe communities. Our children should be able to play in our backyards, but also play in our front yards. From the moment you leave your front door, public safety should have the tools they need to keep us safe. After all, that is the contract that we have with the government. We pay our taxes, you keep us safe. That's that simple. And so we need to make sure that law enforcement has what they need, whether it's border security, whether it's the sheriffs, whether it's our local law enforcement officers. And we've held the line. The House and the Senate, senators like Senator Champ and Senator Dunn, they partnered with us to make sure that no matter what budget got passed, we held the line on public safety, on our law enforcement. And that happened this last year because of the senators in this room and because of the representatives as well that you sent us. So that's on public safety. And then on individual rights and liberties. We're Americans. That's all I need to say. We're Americans. We don't need to explain anything. We have God-given constitutional rights. Number one, I always remind people, because a lot of people forget, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among those, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Originally, was property. So we have to make those are. Everybody, take a breath. Those are rights given to you by mere fact that you can breathe. That your Creator put you here in this on earth in this country, and we have to preserve those. Now, we also have constitutional rights. Difference between human rights and constitutional rights. We have constitutional rights that all the founders laid out a foundation, a constitution, understanding that those are God-given constitutional rights, but laid a foundation, and that constitution is what separates us from the rest of the world. We are unlike any other country. Why? Because of law and order, and because we have a constitution that we follow. If we forget that constitution, if we forget that those rights are afforded to us, we're in trouble. So that is the main pillar. Water rights, private property rights, individual rights and liberty. Think about what the government tried to do during COVID by forcing you to inject yourself with a foreign substance in your body, which many to this day are paying for because of the way their bodies reacted, because of the damage that's done. I speak freely, right? I'm going to speak freely. I get fired up. I've got a little Latin. I got Latin in me, so you're going to see my hands flailing everywhere, and my hair is going to start flying here. But so those are the foundations by which the House said this is what we're going to do. And what you have here is a report of how we've done it. Every chairman, every vice chairman, every member of the House, bills that went through, and even bills that were vetoed. We have a terrible government down on the 9th floor.
She cheated.
Terrible.
She cheated to get in.
Terrible. Democrats always cheat, right? Ballot harvesting, going door to door, telling people how they vote. We know there's the shenanigans they do. But look, we have a governor that is trying to take us towards California. We sent her a bill. I want just to use common sense. We sent her a bill that said we're going to designate drug cartels as terrorist organizations. That's something that's not political, that's not Republican or Democrat. We all see the effects of fentanyl coming across the border. How many Americans die, I think it's the equivalent of 2 9/11s, die in this country because of what fentanyl is doing to us. And we know it's the drug cartels doing it. So we're going to designate drug cartels as terrorist organizations. Guess what she did? She vetoed that. Think about it. You would rather side with drug cartels than with Arizonans. This is what the Democrat Party is taking us toward. And so in Arizona, and I want you to think about this, Arizona is the last bastion in the West. Utah doesn't count. But think about it. Washington's gone, Oregon's gone, California is gone, New Mexico's gone, Colorado's gone, Nevada's gone, Give me a state in the West that's on the balance. Arizona, we're it. This is why it's so important that we continue to do the work we're doing. Because we are holding that line and we are going to win. I'm going to share a few more of the things of how we're going to win. But when it comes to other bills, we sent her a bill that had to do with anti-Semitism. She vetoed it. We sent her a bill that said we don't want China coming in and buying property. What did she do with that bill, Senator? It was yours.
She vetoed it until we shoved it right where the sun is.
Well, I told you were going to enjoy getting to know Senator Shem. She tells it like it is. No, we re-sent it up to her and made sure, but she vetoed that bill originally. So we have a job to do in 2026. We have to hold the line in the House, hold the line in the Senate. We have to increase our numbers. I believe we can increase our numbers. I believe we can. We have targeted districts. Like, let me give you an idea of how we're doing as a Republican Party statewide. We have 150,000 more plus voters that have registered as Republicans since the last presidential election. In Arizona, 150,000 plus. We've more than doubled our Republican registration advantage over Democrats statewide. I think it's 350,000 now. Hovering around 350, they'll give me the exact number right now. More Republicans registered in Arizona than we had in 2022. I know it takes a moment to grasp around that magnitude of numbers. We're winning. We're registering more Republicans. Of course, we have to fight for the direction of the party and stay conservative, stay constitutional. I get that. But the work that we're all doing, it's working. Now, we have to be good stewards of that. Every district legislatively, I've told you we have 30 districts, labeled 1 through 30, all legislative. Districts 2, that's a toss-up district. The districts I'm about to go through right now are all what we call majority maker districts or toss-up districts. That it can go either way. In District 2, that's our first toss-up majority maker district. District 2, we've increased Republican advantage in that district. Right now, there's 1 Republican and 1 Democrat in the House of Representatives. That seat, thank God, the Senate has it as a Republican seat. But in the House, we only have 1 Republican, 1 Democrat. We should win that. We should win that seat. We can't. District 4, it's a toss-up district. We have 2 Republicans. District 9 is a toss-up district. We have 0 Republicans. We don't have any Republicans. We have an opportunity to pick one up there. In District 13, 2 Republicans. We have to hold the line and keep those there as well. District 17, 1 Republican, 1 Democrat. We have an opportunity to advance that district and make it a Republican both seats. District 23, when Michelle Pena won, I will always praise Michelle Pena and praise Yuma for this, but it was a 17% Democrat advantage district. 17% more registered Democrats than Republicans. And yet you all went out and worked hard. Michelle Pena, God bless Michelle Pena, went out, worked hard, and she won. And since then, I looked at the numbers. We've cut in 2024, we cut that advantage to about 9%. Just over 9%. That is a Democrat advantage over Republicans. And I looked just last week, and we're at about 7.5%. So District 23 is trending Republican. You are all working hard to register more Republicans. We can continue to advance in this district to where I believe the moment will come. I will leave this up to you, which is why I'm saying we need to protect this 1 seat when that district is ready for 2 Republicans. That's something that, as a party, we have to decide here on the ground, humans. In the meantime, we have to make sure that we have Michelle Pena win that seat. Okay? So, what are the big issues that are in front of us in this next legislative session? From our perspective, I want you to know that the number one thing is we have to adjust in the big, beautiful bill. And I know that Majority Leader Carbone is going to speak after me. But I want you to see the challenges, and you can go a little more detail as you see fit, brother, on these things. But how's HR 1? It's the effects of HR 1 are going to be about $1 billion on Arizona. Now, that's less government spending. Woohoo! We want less government spending. That's great. We now have to come in as a state and say, how can we adjust this? Because it is going to affect on social programs. And look, we have to find out where the fraud, the waste, and abuse is. We have to make sure that it's going to people that actually need it. But that's one of the biggest issues that we have right now. And for that, Majority Leader Carbone has actually commissioned, and he is leading an effort, a meeting between House and Senate. They're working together to see where those numbers are, where the effects are. I believe Senator Champ is part of that working group. Who else in the House is part of that working group, Mr. Majority Leader?
It's leadership both in the House and Senate, down to the Majority Leader and Whip, and then we have a chairman of appropriations in both House, Senate, chairman and women of the Health and Human Services Committee, House and Senate, and then we have members who fought last year some big bills that I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, you can talk about that. But as you can see, we've organized to make sure that we're going to lead on this issue and make sure that it's done. We do right by Arizona. The other thing that we're dealing with that it's going to be a big issue is school choices. We need to hold the line because the governor is going to come in and say, hey, how about you guys do away with ESAs, and that will help us balance the book. Let's do away with school choice. Let's do away with parental choice, and that will help us balance our books for Arizona. We can't do it. We can't look at parents and tell them that we're going to take away their parental rights. That is never going to happen. So that's going to be a big battle as well, how we hold the line. We always want to advance school choice. We always want to advance parental choice. And with this governor, as you can imagine, it's a little hard. But at the very least, we have to hold the line to make sure that she does not hurt school choice. Those are two main issues that are going to affect us. Water, we know, is one of them as well. And this is an issue that I want you to know we have been in very close communication. I was here a couple of weeks ago with Senator Dunn, meeting with some of the leaders on this issue of water, how it's affecting us, the conversations between the leaders here in Yuma, agriculture community, and the director of AWR, where we need to be. And at the same time, the Majority Leader and I, just yesterday, were able to meet, and Senator Dunn, you were there as well, with the governor's office to hear an update of what they're doing. And ultimately, it has to be approved by the legislature. So we will all decide as well. We're going to fight for our water interests. I do want you to know that Arizona, we need to continue to fight for Arizona. Arizona's been a good state, a good steward. All the numbers I was seeing yesterday, Senator, it's amazing how Arizonans are always leading, finding ways not only to conserve, but our agriculture community, how it's come together and leading on doing things that other states aren't doing to conserve water, to be better stewards of what we have. It's amazing. And it's a testament to you, to Yuma. It's a testament to what you're doing on agriculture as well. Those are three of our main issues. I want to stop because I don't want to put you to sleep either, but I think we should take some questions. And I want you to know if it's a hard question, ask it. It's okay. If I have the answer, I'll give it to you. If not, we will get the answer together. But let's do that. Can we do that now, Melba? Yeah. All right. Raise your hand if you have a question. Carl.
I think the most important thing that we can do right now is in the Georgia voting booth, if you can, only single shot, Michelle Pena, because he really is the most important one for the Republican Party.
Very true. Listen, Michelle, we need you back, Michelle. We need you back. And we're having conversations. I want you to know that we're meeting with Representative Pena We're meeting with our leadership to make sure we're looking at the absolute best strategy for her. Okay? She's at the top of our priority. Yes, as well. Can I any other questions on anything I've said or anything else as well? Look, I am beyond beaming. We're going to be here for a little while. I want to chat with you all, even if questions pop up. Can I briefly, after we talk, I would like to ask if I can at least give a couple of minutes to Senator Champ after everybody speaks. I want to introduce her to everybody. She is, I love this lady. She keeps me also checked in line. So, Yuma, on behalf of myself, our leadership team, God bless you for sending Michael Carbone. God bless you for sending Michelle Pena. God bless you for sending Nick Cupper. God bless you for sending Senator Tim Gunn. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. These are warriors. They're fighting for you. And I just want you to know that for me, it's an honor to serve with them. And we're going to do our part to honor Yuma. We're going to do our part to fight for you as well. You matter. I told you how you matter, and you've made a difference. I want you to hear it from me. Thank you. Thank you, Yuma. You've made a difference, and I know you're going to continue to make a difference. So thank you for everything you do. I'll be around. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Speaker. Wonderful. Well, of course, we're going to allow some time for you, Majority Leader Carbone, and I'd like to briefly introduce him as well before he takes the stage. Our House Majority Leader Carbone has been serving as a U.S. Representative in Legislative District 25 for Yuma, which includes Yuma County since 2023, and he has elected to serve as the House Majority Leader in 2025. He also serves the Yuma Proving Grounds U.S. Marine Base, which just opened a low-level space launching pad, the Core Power Lithium-ion battery plant. We want to hear a little bit about that also, please. And the Forskew's hydrogen plant as well. The House Majority Leader began his political career in Illinois, but moved his family to Arizona and noticed that Arizona politics was being influenced by people who are fleeing their failing states and bringing their ideologies and bad voting habits with them, such as our neighbors next door. He decided to run for office and has since been fighting for school choice and parental rights, border security, election integrity, water rights, the Second Amendment, and the rights of the unborn. Mr. Majority Leader, please come up and take the stage for us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairwoman. First of all, that's why he's Speaker, because I can't do that. I want to say to Senator Dunn, thank you. My seatmate, I've known Tim for, oh my gosh, it feels like maybe 10 years when we first got elected, or was elected or appointed, then elected, and worked hard for him as a chairman back then as LD 13. And just grateful to be able to work under him and his mentorship since I've been here the last 3 quick, long, short, fast years. I'm going to tell a little story about our speaker. When I first met him about 12 years ago, I think it's about 12, I lose time because it seems like yesterday. I got the honor to work on his campaign, Don Shooter, and at the time here in Mitchell. And I remember one of the first things I did is I got, back east, we were really, one of the things you just got to really work it. And so there was a high school, Brado High School. I got into the civics class there. I said, hey, I need you here at such a date, such a time. You got to go here and talk to a bunch of these civics kids. What are we doing? What do we do that for? I go, because you're going to do it. He said, but I just go there. He went there, and I know he was so grateful and thankful. And just to show him a little bit East Coast what we do out there. But I just remember that was one of the first things. And I'm like, this guy must think I'm nuts. Like, this is what we're supposed to do. So, he talked quite a bit. So I don't know what else I'm going to say. But let me start here with. I'm going to start with the majority plan. You all saw that. I've been pushing it up. We've been pushing it up across the state across the country and letting other folks in other states know what we're doing. Because that's what it was about. It was about mission and vision. The other book they just received today, that just came off the press about 2 weeks ago. That's our majority report. That's just a follow-up of what we did in this session, what we're fighting for, what we got done, what we're up against, what the governor vetoed, all those fights that we're doing. So as I tell folks, so you don't fall asleep, you won't fall asleep on the toilet. It's a great read for the toilet. We don't want you to fall asleep. For us geeks, we like this information. So it's going to be about a year ago this month. We won our election, Speaker and I, and we decided we were running for leadership. He ran for Speaker, I ran for Majority Leader. We did that individually, separately, even though we were friends. And we had the honor, both now we had the honor to work, or to get elected and to serve in that capacity, leadership. It's been nothing but an honor, and I'll tell you, this guy, Arizona needs to be thankful for Speaker Montenegro. He has lifted and raised that bar to what is expected for any future leaders in this state. I mean that. Those books there, that's polished. Where I come from, I'm a big Frank Sinatra lovers in here. I love Frank Sinatra. He's class. He's a class act. That's as we would call it me growing up. That's Sinatra. That is class. That is polished. That is what is expected from us. And it's a new tone, a new culture that we're seeing up with the leadership in the legislative house in that chamber. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your style, your vision, and your drive, because he's got a bigger whip than my wife. Don't tell her that, because he makes me work. And he makes all of us work hard, and I'm grateful and thankful, because I'll tell you, since we got out of session, we haven't stopped working. We know what we expected. We know what we took on. We are here to save this state and protect it, protect those freedoms and individual liberties that he just spoke about. Since July, we really took off in July, started traveling, going around this state or the country, talking to folks to say, look, we exist here in Arizona. We need help. And I know some people don't like this, but we need to raise money because we need money to beat the other guy. They're out raising us 5 to 10 to 1. I mean, Michelle's sister, she knows, but she's a hard worker, so hard work pays off, right? So we started this mission since we got out of session and been traveling and talking to folks. And I kind of put this story together. Look at the last 30 years. This is what's happened here. We're a young state. We're 113 years old. The last 30 years, you start off with Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Colorado, New Mexico. One by one, what happened to those states? They got picked off. The Democrats, all that old money from the East, that California, rich California money coming in right below them, funding all those races, and by vision, one by one. Hence one of the reasons why I got elected, or ran for office, or got involved in politics, is because I saw what was happening. I moved here, I moved my family 2,000 miles. I go, what's going on? All that out east, those Bostons, New York, Chicago, New Jersey, you have 400 plus years of political culture. This ain't on accident, folks. They know what they're doing, and now they're trying to take this last beacon of hope out here in Arizona, right? So we've been out fighting, letting people know, look you think, we talk to folks, oh, Arizona, you guys are great. You're doing a great job out there. Well, let me tell you something. And next you know, their cards are popping out. We're setting those relationships up to make sure we can help and find those folks to help us where we needed to. We have to find that because we can't do it. We're doing it. We're hanging on a thread. We grew our majority +2. We're going to do it again. Our goal is to get another +2. We can do it, but we need the right people, the right leadership. We need you all to work hard because we can't do it alone. It has to be a team effort. It has to be unity. So we've been going around, and we just had our retreat last week, which our members, we talked about unification, unity, going into the session. They told the speaker and said, look, Mr. Speaker, This was the best retreat I've ever seen or heard of in my life. Whether they've been here a long time or short time, it was a bar that was so set high, and it was very productive, very efficient. And he also shared this, and he's rocking. So I got to let you all know what we're doing. You know, and this is not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing to look back in the past. The goal is to always move. That's what leadership is, to move up and do better. Look in that mirror and what can I do better today? You know, we look historically in the House up until January 1st of this in an election cycle. The most we've ever seen a House raise was about $250,000, $250,000. He was able to share to our members that our target was over $1 million. And he shared that we're going to hit that. But I'm going to let January 1st of 2026 show the real numbers. Because that man, he is working his tail off to get those folks to invest in us. It's an honor to work for him. I can't keep up with this. And I like to work. So, with all that said, I want you all to be conscious and know what you have in front of you. You have a great, I mean, look at this West Valley down here to Yuma. You got strong leadership. You do. I don't know if it's in the water. I didn't drink it, but I learned it now. But it's you got good people here. So I want to just thank you for all the support for all of us here today, all the electeds that live out here in this district, and just appreciate you all for what you've done. Let me talk a little bit what we're doing in session. The speaker talked about what I've been working on, which is HR 1, and there's another big thing that's tax conformity, which is really, really confusing, and I won't go into the weeds on it. But I'm going to give you there's good news and bad news. What do you want first? Bad news. Well, the bad news is we got to cut $1 billion. We got to find out where we're going to cut that. The good news is with tax conformity, we're going to cut $1 billion off that budget. That makes sense. We're going to make government smaller. So I got to work on that. So anyway, HR 1, which is it's all the healthcare, access, SNAP. I'll start out by saying anyone that ran an access or SNAP bill last year, you got Senator Champ here as one, I ran. Those were the first bills ran in the country that represented HR 1, which was in a big, beautiful bill. Us in Arizona got those bills last November, December, directly from the White House through the Trump team. We ran those bills, and so what you saw pass is what we ran. We should be honored, and I'm honored to be able to carry those, but thankful just to show the leadership in Arizona. We always lead. We should always lead. We're a great state. So with HR 1, we had, so it's SNAP, and if you're following the news, I think they're going to open the government tomorrow. And then you have the access side of it, which gets pretty detailed, but we're looking at another $1 billion there that we have to find. And it's not easy. I started by the speaker, I asked him, I had to get permission from him, by the way. Hey, can I start this little task or working group? I like to behind the scenes. It's a lot of us here in Yuma like to do behind the scenes. We started with a group. I started with a group of 13 is how we built it. It's the House and Senate. So we come out this session, January 1st, united as a Republican Party, Republican Front. That's number one. And then to use that to talk to be able to get the 9th floor to sit down with us. But we've been meeting with people, all the experts, collecting facts and data to find out what's going on. What can we do that we can find reason with that 9th floor, with the divided government, with the Democratic governor? So that's the purpose of it, because we have to do something. We do have to protect those programs. These programs are there for a reason, but we can't give them to people who don't need to be on them. Folks they can work. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying that. I say, look, you got the kid in the basement playing video games under mom and dad. He's 27, 28 years old. He's getting access. He's getting SNAP. Come on, that's not what it's for. He can work 20 hours, or he can volunteer 20 hours, or he can go to school or vocational school. That's all we're asking, Governor. It's a pretty easy pitch, I hope. I just practice it on y'all. But that's how I'm going to say it to her. Anyway, So you have those. It's a big deal. It's going to take up the majority of the session. Those are the things we have to focus on. Because the number one thing is we have to pass a budget, and we have some challenges ahead of us. I'll talk about, first of all, and by the way, our veterans in the room. Can we all stand up? Thank you. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. On behalf of the Speaker of the House and Representative and all the folks up in the legislature, thank you for your service. I'm going to end with this. There's a gentleman here, and I outed him a couple months ago when I was down. Josh, where are you at? Him, Josh, and another, Josh Wright, both came to me a year ago, March, and said, hey, and I know some of you heard this, can you work on this bill for 100% disabled veterans? Listened, I said, sure. Went to work, started having those stakeholder meetings, got it through, and we got it passed. Following the American dream, the folks that give service to us that are 100% disabled, home ownership is very important, especially in today's times, because we don't have homes to put folks in. What a way to give a great benefit back to those that served us, that given up their sacrifices, to say, you're not going to pay property tax when you own your home. That's the least we can do. That's what we call an added benefit. And that's the start for a long process that we're going to be working on some other things. And that goes into effect. It will be going into effect October of this year, or of the new year, not April as we shared, but I just wanted to let you know, thank you. I was honored to carry that bill when you asked me, and they've been trying for 20 years to get that across the finish line. So again, hard work pays off. And by the way, I was supposed to say this at the beginning. Tanya Wright has my petitions. Please sign those, because I got to collect signatures. But anyone in here, if you don't get my email, I do 2 emails a month, and it talks about a lot of things throughout the session, what we're doing, and it keeps you up to date and informed. If you want to sign up, there's a sheet for that as well, but please sign up for it if you're not getting it. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and I'm just glad I just want to do it as a way to communicate to all of you, so you know what's going on, what we're doing. Gosh, what else? I guess that's enough. I think we should take Q&A, or what do you want to do, Alba?
If anybody has any questions, we can take a couple of questions.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Who started the bill to do away with the property tax for the disabled?
Who started it?
Yeah.
What do you mean by who started it, like this year?
Yeah.
What committee did I go through? Government. Went through the government committee. Went through the House, 58-2, and I forget the number. It passed in the Senate, and then it was signed into law in June when the budget was signed.
5-2 in the Senate, and Daniel Fernandez was one of the 2 that said no. Who's our representative?
Oh, Brian.
Right.
Yeah, he was a no in committee, which I was shocked, and you're right, he was a no.
Sandoval, how about Sandoval?
No, she was supportive.
She was?
Yes. All right. Any other? Honestly, she was going to sign it, but we did it through, it was what they call a budget item, so it was done in the budget, but there was no contention. I mean, we had a high approval. I think it's always approach. It's how you sit down with folks and talk about things, and you get a little bit of a different response. I learned that from my wife, because it's been 30 years, and I'm still learning. A lot of practice there. All right, well, thank you all. Thank you very much for everything.
Wonderful. Well, we do have last minute announcements, so I'm going to hand over the mic to someone who I also met in the trenches a while ago. And Mr. Sergio Arellano has an announcement for us. So if you can please come up on stage and briefly introduce to us your next challenge.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Manuel. Well, I'm Sergio Arellano. Thank you. I'm a good cheerleader. Sergio Arellano. I ran here against Rio Colorado back in 2018. I got to really encounter the people of Yuma. Coming from the armpit of liberalism, which is Pima County, I was surprised and amazed at all the outreach and welcoming that I got here. Not only as me, myself, but also as a veteran. This community loves its vets. It takes care of its people. And I made the pledge that had I won the congressional seat, I would have moved to Yuma to really represent the district. So. For those of you that don't know me, I am born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. I joined the U.S. Army when I was 17. I joined April 4th of 2001. September 11th of 2001, we had the World Trade Center towers. And, immediately we went to war. I signed up with the Army as the infantry. I went to Iraq September of 2003 with the 1st Infantry Division. The Big Red One, yes. And we had just secured Baghdad back in September of 2003. We shipped into Ramadi, Iraq, and it was part of the fight for Fallujah, Habaniya, al-Assad, out of Ramadi. And we got to be in all of those major conflicts. So today's kind of a mixed bag of emotions for me as a veteran, Veterans Day, because I did lose a lot of brothers, people that really put it all on the line. So I gotta take a minute and breathe, sorry. So with that, I was sidelined by a roadside bomb. It cut my career short after 10.5 years in the Army. I came out and decided to continue fighting for my country and battling for my state. I became a PC, a state committeeman, a legislative district chair. We made history in Southern Arizona by suing the Santa Cruz County Board of Supervisors for election fraud. We won 8 out of 10 counts back then. We got the privilege to be on Donald Trump's National Advisory Board. I served as the representative for Arizona. And I got to go on all these fun and crazy adventures by talking on media and debating all the liberal Democrats and showing them that the party of the Republicans is the right party, no matter who you are across the board. And I ran for state party chair unsuccessfully about 4 years ago. I narrowly lost by 40 votes. And so, this time around, I think the environment is right, and I am announcing again my candidacy for state party chair. Thank you so much. And, you guys have heard from phenomenal people tonight, like the speaker and majority leader, our representatives, Janae Shamp, who you'll hear from shortly, Tim Dunn, Michelle Pena. You guys are amazing representatives. Part of the key is that you guys know how to elect, but we also work really hard as activists, as grassroots people, and people involved. And I am of the firm belief that we have more that unites us than what divides us. And, a lot of people in this room probably won't agree what type of topping goes on pizza, or what specific flavor of ice cream is out there. But we know that we enjoy pizza and we enjoy ice cream. And I think that we have our internal conflicts as Republicans, as conservatives, because we're very independent and strong-minded individuals. We want to fight for our freedoms, our liberties, pro-small business, we're pro-life, we're pro-school choice. The Republican platform speaks why we're all here. We all believe in the same things that this party stands for and represent. And I think that as family that we are, we do bicker and fight, but at the end of the day, we gotta come together and push all our people forward. A big one was Michelle Pena. As state party chair, my job is to bring everybody together, and I have 3 R's. I'm gonna play off of the 3 P's that the speaker spoke about, since I have my R's. And so the state party chair's job, to me, is the first R, raise money. We have to have a big operation when it comes to getting out the vote. We have to raise money not only in the on year, but in the off year. And we have to have a robust operation statewide in order to achieve this. The biggest complaint that I've had, and I think you guys have, is when do we actually get help? When do we get employees or representatives to open an office? 3 months prior to an election. And I think that's the wrong answer. We can't be jumping in at the last minute and expecting people to come out and vote for our people. Now, our voter registration advantage, to the speaker's point, is 333,000 Republicans to Democrats. We should not be losing any statewide seat at this point. We need to retake the gubernatorial, the Attorney General, the Secretary of State, and all the way down to the ticket. And my job is to build a force so that we're doing this not only on the on year, but also on the off year. And continue building our ranks, because this year, we have to regain all our majorities. School board, all the way up. The next thing is to continue fundraising. Second R. We have to continue, first R is raise money. Second is continue registering people to vote. We have to keep that force up. You guys have done a phenomenal job with voter registration numbers. Again, our leadership has spoken and the numbers have begun to flip because of representatives like Michelle Pena. We can do that, replicate that statewide. And I know we have the ability to do so, but I gotta continue pushing people out there with volunteers, activism, and also a paid effort. Some people are motivated by income, need jobs, need help. One of the biggest things I experience is that rural Arizona doesn't get enough attention paid to it. It's always a great state of Maricopa. Being a Pima County guy, I always looked at the great state of Maricopa and I just kicked my feet and I was eternally frustrated. But I promise that as a state party chair of elected, I will hold meetings throughout the entire state. Every country will get a visit. Every county will get a visit. Every county will benefit from the appearance of the executive committee and those people wishing to make a difference. Because why are we involved? We all want our voices heard. And I think for far too long, this party has been too cliquish. And they surround themselves with their bubble and the people that they're comfortable with, and the heck with everybody else. I think it's time for that to change. I promise to be a person that will listen to you, whoever you are. I'm not going to look at your phone call come in and just hang up. If you send me a text message, I'm not going to ignore you or just give you a thumbs up. I'm actually going to try and give you a response. We don't get this right now. We haven't had it for many, many, many years. Whether you're from this side or this organization or that organization, I'm part of an organization. It's called I Like to Win organization. Regain and retain our majorities is my final R. We have to retain our majorities in the House. We have to retain them in the Senate, and we have to regain our majorities again. All these good bills that these legislators are passing, all this legislation is dying at the hands of Katie Hobbs. We have a 300,000 voter majority over the Democrats. There's no excuse, guys. Just because you don't agree on the same flavor of ice cream doesn't mean that you can't come together and love ice cream and push it forward. By the way, I would need some dessert, which is why I'm saying ice cream right now. If we can bring it together, if we can coalesce, guys, this state will be a force stronger than any other state in the nation. We don't want fentanyl in our schools. We want the ability to pay our teachers a lot of money and also the choice to go to any school we want. We want to live, breathe, and achieve the American dream. We have the opportunity now. God willing, you guys give me your vote for state party chair. I will work in tandem with whoever I need to work with to cross that finish line. I want to unify us, not divide us. And anytime a VIP comes to town, I want to not shut the doors to those people that I'm special with. I want to open those doors and give everybody the opportunity to participate. Those of you that know me know that I am a man of my word, and I will do my darnest to keep it. I count on great and amazing people such as yourselves to help me maintain accountability. Because we got to row together, guys. If we don't do it, we're doomed, and we become another California, another New Mexico, another Colorado. The time is now. I feel with me in leadership and the message of unity that I bring to this party will help us get there. So I'm Sergio Ariano. I'm asking that you guys put me in the state party chair here at the state committee meeting in January, and I'll take any questions. Yes, Mr. Carl.
Not many years ago, I had the fortune to work with this guy. And I learned a lot, and he walks the walk and talks the talk, and he did a very good job. So we can put him in that job, and then we go to the party. All of us sitting here will be a hell of a lot better shape. He knows how to do the job, my wife's doing it, it's kind of interesting. To watch people that really know how to get things done, you do. Thank you for what you've done for us.
Thank you, Mr. Carl. Good? Sally?
This is a serious question.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know if the Arizona Republican GOP will help Michelle Pena with money to get her over the line.
That's a very good question. The question was, will the Arizona State Party under my leadership help divert money and resources over to Michelle Pena to get across the finish line? An absolute hell yes, we're going to do that.
Well, then I guess I'll become a PC, right?
Michelle said she'd become a PC now, so thank you, Michelle. I really appreciate it. Okay.
Okay, thank you very
One more
much.
minute?
If the Kaisers like you, then all the rest of us
Oh, thank you so much.
Used words in your speech. You said if we come together. It should be when we come together.
Amen. When we come together.
When we come together.
Thank you. Ms. Malba, thank you for having me. Women from the Republican Club, really appreciate you having me here. I didn't expect to speak today, so it was off the cuff. But, you know, we need to support our speaker, our majority leader, our representatives to continue achieving that mission. We need to keep fighting back. Republicans, unfortunately, are more on the defensive. We need to be on the offensive.
Yes.
And I promise to bring that. I promise to bring the heat. I promise to bring the combat skills I have acquired to attack them Democrats and not let them get away with ruining our state. So thank you again.
Wonderful. Well, that was something. Wonderful. Great. Well, we do have one more speaker also tonight, and we are very, very pleased to have you here in Yuma. Please come up, our representative for LD 29, Ms. Janet Shum. Is it your first time speaking for the Yuma community?
Yes, ma'am.
Woohoo! Beautiful. Well, welcome. Please give her a warm round of applause so she can
Hi everyone, yes, I'm Janae Shamp. I'm the state senator in LD 29. And last session, I was the majority leader. I was the third female elected as majority leader for our caucus in the history of the Arizona State Senate. Sandra Day O'Connor, Kimberly Yee, and Janae Shamp. And you know what? I'm darn proud of that. Very proud of that. Connie met me when I didn't even really understand what a PC was. I was a nurse that had just gotten fired. I work in the operating room, so I'm exposed to everyone's airways. So COVID was a very big and real thing. And I worked the entire pandemic. I traveled all over the country, and 2 months before the mandates were lifted, I got pigeonholed and fired. There was nothing I could do about it. Well, God had been kind of tapping me on the shoulder, maybe you should run for office, maybe you should run for office. But I'm a travel nurse. You know why? I don't like politics. I want to take care of my patients. I don't want to be involved in any other stuff. Well, that wasn't what God decided for me, so I met Mr. Montenegro at an Oregano's for lunch one day. And there's two ladies in this room that understand what I'm about to explain. And that is when Mr. Montenegro sits down with you and says, so, are you pro-life? What do you stand for? Who are you? Because if I'm going to work with you, I need to know who you are. I was suffering from a migraine. I didn't feel very good. It was quite a memorable lunch for me. Now, fast forward, we run for office together as a team and we win. And not only did we win, we won handily. I beat an incumbent in a three-way race by 22 points.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was able to get the Donald Trump endorsement. And I say that to say this, fast forward to where I'm at now, and that is working with the state legislature to ensure that the citizens of Arizona that need help have help, to make sure that the fraud, waste, and abuse is getting rid of. The majority leader and I, where'd you go, Michael? There you are. The majority leader and I, last session, we had a whistleblower, and we put together a report, and we found $6 billion in fraud. We found over 5,000 people in the state of Arizona that have $50,000 or more in assets collecting access. There's a big problem. So then guess what? When we try to fix it, oh no, governor doesn't want to look at that. Lots of leverage happened. So ultimately we knew HR 1 was coming and things are going to have to happen. So now fast forward under Majority Leader Carbone. You guys are so lucky down here. You have Michelle, you have Michael, you have Nick, you have Tim. You're so lucky. You have a solid team that works together under the leadership of Speaker Montenegro to get things done. There is not going to be any way out of this next session. And we're going to win. And when it comes to helping Michelle Pena, so since I'm not in leadership, I get to help. I get to help wherever I want to help, whenever I want to help, because there's rules for everyone else. So we're going to help. We're definitely going to help. And we're going to grow the majorities in the House, and we're going to grow the majority in the Senate. And we're going to take back our offices, the gubernatorial office. You know, people keep talking about it's hard to beat an incumbent. Well, I don't know that it's that hard to beat an incumbent that's got ratings that Hobgoblin has. Those ratings are bad, and there's reasons behind it. When we talk about, Speaker Montenegro talked about the Foreign Adversaries Bill. I'm not sure if any of you remember the debacle. Democrats don't like bad press. And we have lots of things for bad press for them this coming cycle. And so what ended up happening with the Foreign Adversaries Bill, it was to protect the bases, it was to protect Palo Verde, it was to protect water. It was, I mean, here in Yuma, you have a major infrastructure down here that needed protection from the Chinese and from other foreign adversaries that the federal government says they're our enemies. Not what Arizona says, what the feds say. So we were able to craft some legislation, and it took 3 years, but the pressure was so intense. And I bring this up to make the point that the pressure is so intense right now for the governor's office. And we are going to continue to apply that pressure every single place. Sergio, Majority Leader, Speaker, everyone has spoke to it. It's going to take our community. The time has come for us to have community. We have it in the ad world. We have it in our churches. And we need to have it in our Republican Party. The unity of community. And we all work together, we all go in the right direction. What was 80-20, right? Ronald Reagan said if we get along 80%, agree 80% of the time, we should not fight over the 20%. We're all gonna have disagreements. The important thing is that we have the winning message, and as long as we're all on point and we're all on the same page, we can do this. Y'all have proved that, Michelle Pena and you all are that's living proof. So in my very short period of time at the legislature and in politics in the state of Arizona, I've seen some pretty miraculous things happen, and I have absolutely no doubt with the work that we're doing with the Trump administration, with the work that you're doing knocking on the doors with the grassroots, we are going to bring this home. And we are going to make America great again. And to the nurse in me, Connie, we're going to make America healthy again too. Hands down, we are going to. So thank you all very much. I didn't even know that the speaker was going to put me on the spot. I came down here to say hi and to support your wonderful representation that you have down here and to thank all of you for everything that you do. So thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Well, thank you so much to all of our wonderful speakers. And thank you for everyone else who came to join our event. So let's just give a round of applause to our speakers.